And then Kim enters and talks of there is a party. Oh my God. In McClurkin Hall. Forgive me. Forgive me. I didn't even say. With the whole discovery of Renee's being, the whole discovery of Renee's being gone, Dwayne and says, we're going to buy every rib that Renee has left and we're going to throw a blowout party to celebrate Renee. That's the big.
Oh yeah,
that's the whole story. It's like we got caught up in what you got.
Yeah.
That's the whole.
That's the whole story. Yes,
that is the big story. It's like
the story is about Renee's barbecue ribs.
About Renee's barbecue, and I'm throwing this big. Well, it's not really. It's kind of about Renee's, but the whole thing is Dwayne and Ron are like, we are throwing the big blowout to celebrate.
It's kind of a ridiculous party. It's kind of a ridiculous party.
Yeah,
ridiculous.
You could say that. Maybe not.
Hey, we got a party tonight, and we are celebrating the closing of the Rib Shack.
Well,
although come to think of it, if somebody was closing down Mama's Sign and we got all the chicken wings and mambo sauce and French fries and steak and cheese,
you'd be happy.
Mystics, I think I'd be pretty happy.
I know you would. But I will say, they're throwing this party. Dwayne's throwing it. It kind of goes hand in hand, being that Dwayne has his dry cleaning done. I guess he got enough money to buy out all the ribs and Renee's, because that's a lot of money. But Kim says there's a party over there. Freddie is still complaining. But Kim convinces Freddie to go. Say okay. They go to McClurkin Hall. And they're setting up for the party. Dwayne is directing this, that, the other. Move that chair there. Move this sofa here. Still waiting on Ron in the ribs. And Randall enters and asks Dwayne something. And notices using his CD as hey, who's using my CD as a coaster? I'm understanding that Randall must have money, or either he's ordering 6 CDs for a penny. Because say he had a CD
I have a feeling that Randall's got a nice bit of money.
I mean, he does work down at he works in at the administration building.
Where they allow him to shut down.
Yeah, they do. They allow him to lock up.
They give him the key to lock up.
He got keys. So. But Randall and Dwayne are talking. He's like, where is Ron? This, that, and the other. The ladies arrive. Freddie is suddenly being inspired and getting her prose on. The women entered. Something she says, like the women entered, all with different reasons. I was like, all right. Whitley does not feel it at all. Dwayne is still complaining when Ron enters with the ribs and 2 other people behind him with boxes of Renee's ribs. Whitley becomes frightened upon the sight of these ribs. You didn't tell me it was going to be Renee's. She said, honey mustard, brown sugar, swimming in molasses. And then she says,
they had honey mustard way back then.
Yeah. It's like 88. Honey mustard's out at this point. I think. No?
It wasn't a thing. It wasn't a thing in New Orleans.
Man.
I never heard of honey mustard until, I was out of college.
As far as food, nothing is a thing in New Orleans until it hits New Orleans. I didn't discover I swear to God, I never used salt and pepper until I left New Orleans. It used to be just a thing that sat on the table.
I know I use salt because your daddy, boy don't use all that salt. So I definitely know I use salt.
I missed that period, but I remember that was the beginning.
I didn't miss it. I heard every time. Boy, using too much soap.
But like I said, Ron comes in. They got 3 boxes. They're trying to unload them out, and Dwayne's like, "Where the hell you been?" He's like, "Man, I was busy." And then he shows him, saying, "I had to make a little stop," and he reveals tiny bottles of liquor. He said, Zircon Liquors is also closing. Got a little something to wind the party. And Dwayne and all his Dwayne-ness. What the hell is that? Oh my God.
But when they figured out that Walter, or at least at least they thought Walter wasn't coming back, Dwayne got pretty excited.
Pretty
excited.
Okay, let's put it in. Let's do this.
Hey, he had a smile on his face that was cheesing from ear to ear.
Yeah, and they start dumping all this liquor into the punch bowl, and they don't care.
That's probably the worst. That's probably the worst drink ever, bro. In fact, Kim's first taste, she was like, "All right,
it tastes like kerosene." It's like Freddie was like, "It tickles the back of my neck. I like it. It tickles the back of my neck."
You know what? I just changed my nostalgia story.
And Whitley's like, Randall's like, "Let's boogie." She's still on this whole dancing thing.
Oh, you talking about when they started dancing in the middle of the floor?
Yes.
Bruh. And, bruh, they were going at it like that without the aid of alcohol, bruh.
They were, it really were.
It was without alcohol, bruh. I'm like, wow. Y'all just high off life.
We return to the punch, and then again, like you said, we hear the first reviews of the punch. Kim is like, "Oh my God, it tastes like kerosene," and Freddie's like,
Freddie drank it. She was like,
"I like it." And she says,
like,
"It kind of makes."
I'm sitting up there thinking, like,
y'all have two different taste buds.
Yeah, you talking about that joke that Kim made? What was that joke?
No, I'm talking about when she said the hair stands up on the back of her neck. That's what she said.
Yeah, and Kim said something. Oh man, did I write it down? Oh, I wish I wrote it down, man. As soon as she said that thing about the hairs standing up on her neck, Kim said something walking away. Oh well.
I know we move. Dwayne calls everybody to get a rib. We're gonna have a little salute to Renee. And it's a mention of Renee and a salute to him and how much we've had all our little, what do you call it? Whitley calls them greasy. I'm not picking up a greasy stick of death. Everybody's got a rib and an F for the toast, and Dwayne gives the toast, and Ron says, "We all have had our special experience." No, Dwayne says, "We've all had our own special experiences at Renee's," and Ron's like, "I bounced my first check there." Oh my God. We move back over to the punch, Freddie at the punch bowl, and she getting full.
She is getting lit.
Lit. Back in the day, say, "Boy, she getting full." Whatever you want to call it.
Man.
Freddie is getting her
She's
drink.
Getting it in. She's getting it in.
How about that? She getting it in. She getting her drink on.
Yeah.
She thinks the Muse, she is looking for the Muse at that moment in the bottom of that punch. Like, man. Enter Walter, who was not expected to be there, to Dwayne's surprise, and Walter comes up, "What's going on?" "Ain't nothing, Walter, just have a look at us and we had a little punch, man." "Oh, man, I want some punch." It's like Ron and Dwayne try to stop him, and he's like,
Walter wrong for that, bro. Walter wrong for that, man.
Say, "What's wrong?" And say, "Why can't I have some of the punch? I would love to, refresh myself or whatever." He lights a match.
Bro, he lit a match, bro, and threw it in the punch, bro. That's awful, bro. Come on, man.
It's awful. But I can't say while I was at Howard it was like that, like you couldn't bring liquor. I guess there was a rule like that.
Boo to the dorm director. Boo.
Either way, man, that punch lit up like a sterno, man.
I'm so glad. I'm so glad that I had just that I only saw my RA, and I'm pretty sure
he is the dome director now. Remember that, Ron. He is the dome director now.
I'm pretty sure we have our dorm director. We had a dorm director. He just never showed up.
I knew my dorm director because
I think our dorm director was a football coach.
Our dorm director was the offensive coordinator. We couldn't help but see him. So yeah, Kermit Blunt, man. I miss the Love Sexy too because of Kermit Blunt. Man, I didn't want to talk about that.
What?
I miss the Love Sexy to do the Kermit Blunt. We were in spring practice, right? And Paul said, his sister had some tickets, box seats over to the Cap Center. to see the Love Sexy tour.
Prince?
Prince. And he said, I said, for real? I said, I said, man, they free. Box seats. They up in their box. I said, really? Okay, let's go. And you know how you know how Bird Gym is going down. You know you go downstairs? Well, that's where all the lockers are. And we're leaving, and we're walking, and right when he gets at the door, I have to tie my shoe. And he's walking towards Cook Hall, right? And I'm right there where them bushes are. I'm outside, but I just bend over to tie my shoe. And I tie my shoe and I stand up, and there's Kermit Blunt. Roddy Mel, what's going on? It's spring practice. What's going on? Time for practice. Huh? And look at me like, yeah. Now, Paul, who is, I don't know how he got past him. He is standing about 20 yards away, right at the end of the bushes, and he's looking at me like a slave that is on the other side of the Mason-Dixon line, and he wants to help me, but I can't help him. And he turns me around, and then I gotta go back to practice. And he comes back that night talking about, say, bro, Prince opened for himself. He did 45 minutes on the piano. He was his own opening act. And look at me, sitting there like this. Really? Man, he played this and that on the piano. So, man, acoustic, man. Yeah. And it's like, and he looking at me. This ain't so, I don't think you enjoy it as much as I don't enjoying this story as much as I should. I'm sorry. When I thought about that, I was like, man, every time I say his name, man, I remember that, man. Because Paul's looking at me like, I can't. Like, he's like, I can't. Freedom is here. I'm here, and you there. I think that's why I got a problem tying my shoes to this day. Like, people always say your shoes untied. I feel like I'm gonna miss something, man. I hate that. Damn, man, I can't stand Kermit Blunt for that. Box seat, Love Sexy to him, bro.
Oh, man.
Oh my God, man. What we talking about, like I said, Walter is like he's
wet blanket.
Wet blanket. He pulled the punch up, but he makes sure he grabs his ass a rib before he leaves. Give me one of these ribs, and walks away with the punch.
I'm pretty sure though, if our dome director came to Drew regularly, especially on like a Friday night,
keep walking.
Drew Hall with him would have a lot of people moving out.
Wow. Whitley gets Randall says we can go to the Grapevine and go do some more dancing. So they leave to go dancing. Kim's like, I'm about to get out of here. And Freddie says, oh no, I think I'm gonna stay around here and clean up. I have never heard anybody. If I'm Kim, like, you want to stay behind at the boys' dorm and clean up. One, who are you meeting? Who you getting with? Because I don't understand this at all. Why? Either way, Kim buys it and she bounces off, and Freddie gives just a classic way to go out to commercial, where she looks around and she grabs a few bottles of alcohol and puts them in her jacket, and you hear that music.
Wah, wah, wah.
Yeah, you hear that kind of like music with pathos that it kind of bringing you in the commercial, like with drama, like the drama is inside. Like, I was like, Freddie's a drunk.
She's drinking. She's stealing alcohol.
We come out the act break. We come back to Lettie's apartment. Walter had that rib, stored that alcohol away, and he is rolling dough. more so beating the hell out of it in Lettie's apartment. And Lettie is aggravated. She is hot. I don't know if you read that.
Oh yeah, Mr. Gaines just laughing at him.
Yeah, no, he comes over and it makes it worse. But she's mad before he even comes in. She's like, Walter, like, what are you doing? Like, and this dumbass and said, what's the red stuff in the dough? I just put a little bit of Mr. Leroy's hot sauce. What the hell? She was mad, like fuming.
Yeah,
mad.
oh yeah, she was. Yeah, Lettie. That's probably the angriest I've seen Lettie outside of talking to Kim about her pregnancy.
Yeah. Like I said, Mr. Gaines comes over to gloat, and Vernon is just enjoying it. He said, "This is like," it's like watching wrestling. It's like, we go to the library. Freddie's at a table, and she has been inspired, and she's writing, drunk, and she loud